All right, let's get started setting up the email builder. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Setup and Content Setup. All right, so here's your prerequisites. You got to have you have to make sure that you have connected campaigns. You have to have handlebar merge languages set up, HTML, and you also need to make sure you have set up a domain to host images with Salesforce CMS. So I'm also going to get started here with create a permission set. This is where we're going to add people. So I'm going to go ahead and create this permission set. So that's done. Then when I'm done, I'm simply going to go into manage assignments. And here's where I'm going to add. So it should be in here already, but nonetheless, I'm going to make sure that I'm added. Okay, so now I'm added into the create account engagement content, which is the permission set you need if you want to be using the email builder. So I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going back up to content setup. So I'm back here in the quick find content setup, and now I'm going to open the CMS. Close the pop-ups. Here's where I can create the CMS workspace. You can name this whatever you want. Remember that you're not going to be able to delete a workspace, but you can rename it. I keep this very generic, maybe account engagement, which means that any images that I'm using for account engagement for either emails or landing pages will be stored here. So I leave this under the CMS workspace. Here's where I'm able to create a channel. I'm going to make this a public channel, and then I'm going to hit next. I'm still going to call this account engagement. I'll leave these settings as is. So you can see here, it's already got enabled domain. That's already checked on. So I'm going to simply go ahead and hit next. I'm just going to leave this as off. So go ahead and hit done. So simple. Then I want to make sure I come back. So I created the channel. I still need to add it. So now I need to say check, add this, and then hit next. I'm going to do a default language. We're going to do English and finish. So fairly simple. So now what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm adding contributors. So I'm going to go up to the top and hit add contributors. I can see my name is in here. If you need to add other contributors, this is where you would do it. If you need to add other names, different people in your group, again, you're going to have to choose types of either a user or an administrator. So again, administrator has the highest rights, and a marketing user is simply kind of a middle level user. All right, so now that that is done, really simple, I'm now going to go back into account engagement. We're going to go to setup, content setup. And now that I've set up my CMS, I should be able to select the channel. So here it is. You can see I can select account engagement as a choice in my drop-down. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now I'm going to go back. And there's a couple other things that I want to do here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have folders and enhanced sharing set up. So I'm going to type Lightning. Let's see here. Am I spelling that correctly? Oops, I got to do it over here. Lightning email templates. So I can see this is not on. I want to make sure that is turned on. And then I want to make sure that I go to the app launcher. Or let's go to the app manager here. And I want to go now into account engagement, and I'm going to hit edit. And if you go to navigation items, I'm going to make sure that my email content and email templates are added. I'll also make sure my landing pages are added as well. I also like to add the CMS workspace because when you're using images, you're often in there quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now those are going to be tabs that always show up. So if you're using the email builder, those are very handy to have those showing at your navigation at the top of the page. So then what I actually like to do here is I hop out of here. I just pull up account engagement. I'm making sure that I can see it. So I'm going to go in. There is my email templates, email content. I'm just going to go in and create an email template. I'll just call this test. Not going to touch anything else here. And now I'm going to hit edit in builder. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to drag an image in here. And you can see, because you can see that Salesforce CMS, it's a viable choice. If you don't have this set up correctly, the Salesforce CMS is grayed out. So the fact that that's a choice, I'm just going to go out and see if I can add some content quick. Let's see, do I have anything good on my desktop to add? Let's see here. I'll just I'm literally grabbing the first thing that's in here. So here's a green key. This is just my logo watermark. So I'll hit save. I'm not even really sure this is sized correctly, but we'll just see what it looks like. Just want to go through the steps. Yeah. So again, this is not an image I would use here. This is just a logo, and I'm using it as a hero image here. But I just want to make sure that I can add something. So again, when something's not quite right, you might get stopped or you're not able to see or choose Salesforce CMS in the drop-down. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And we are done.